Hey,
Hello.
hey,
Hello.
hi.
Hi.
I'm
I'll be
Jen.
hi. I'll be your driver. I'll be driving you to your
6
destination today.
hours. Do you normally drive 6 hours? Do you
No,
normally
it's
drive a taxi for 6 hours to Jaipur?
it's a sometimes. Normally people sleep on the way. Feel free to sleep or play a
You
game
know
on your
what?
phone. You don't have to
Oh,
talk.
I've got a fiance in Jaipur.
Okay.
We're gonna get married. Can you imagine?
No,
We're gonna
no,
get.
no, I can't.
Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get married or not. Maybe he
No.
won't even recognize me. Do you think it's crazy that I'm marrying an Indian man who I haven't even I haven't seen for 2.5 years? I mean, that's not crazy, right? Everyone does it. Everyone goes to India and marries a guy who haven't seen in 2.5 years. I'm not crazy, right? Tell me I'm not crazy.
That's crazy. Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now I'm nervous.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you've only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gate.
Let's love.
Puts on headphones. Driver puts on
okay.
headphones.
Imagine 6 hours with this woman who is already spiraling about whether he's going to be attracted to her, whether she's going to be attracted to him. Talk about someone who her mind never stops.
Oh, yeah. And she's Oklahoma talking to everybody like you can talk to everybody like it's your friend. And
Yeah, you do that on tour.
Oh, I do not do. I do.
Yes,
I
did.
But on tour, everyone is our friend.
Not an Uber driver.
You know what? Our producer, Christina, was the same way. We like talking to people. Y'all, Christina and I will talk to everyone.
You should see me just looking out the window while these two clowns just talk to the Uber driver about everything, even when they don't want to talk. I'm just wishing I was somewhere else.
One Lyft driver wanted to take Christina and I to dinner. You never know, friend. You might meet a friend. My dad would do that down when we'd go to fucking MD Anderson, a huge hospital, and he'd see a doctor and he'd say, "Do you know Dr. Corey Ponder up in Oklahoma City? I taught him T-ball." And they would just look at my father.
Whenever I hear someone doing that and just talking at people they don't even know, my first thought is, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Y'all, if you're watching the Intimate Portrait,
it's Toe.
This is Toe. This Sonic Cup isn't fooling you. I'm in Oklahoma, bitches. And thankfully no one died. I'm here for my nephew's wedding. I'm very excited.
Another rite of passage.
It is. Yeah. Again, we've got that empty chair. Aunt Peggy really wants to bring Emmy. She was just talking about me today. She's like, I think it'll be fine. What if I put her in a little dress, but a bow tie for Chelsea? And I went, Peggy, we can't bring the dog to the church.
So now she's misgendering the dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If she does bring the dog, can you please film it?
I will.
On your phone?
I will film it if she brings a dog.
I'm going to need a record of that. Maybe she can hold the dog.
Well, she probably would, but then she'd make my cousin Kelly or my sister cousin Kelly, and then Kelly'd be pissed because she's having to hold the dog. Anyway, y'all, I got the number wrong. You said this episode 4, right?
It is episode 4. I will tell you the title because it's
long.
I
have it too. Yes.
The eyes do not see what the mind does not want.
Woo! Got some wisdom.
Yeah, it's a good thing that the titles are serving it because the people on the show aren't.
They're not. But speaking of wisdom, y'all, we dropped the new season of Life After Lockup premiered on Friday. And so that we put that on the free feed because it's new season Who Dis. You all get to try before you buy. It's normally on the $8 tier of Reality Gates Plus. But we did something special.
We did an interview with Justine and Michael. And they were adorable, cute, and I kind of hate them.
They're really cute, and Poodle was a bit inappropriate.
She liked it. I didn't even ask her if I could have him when he's on this side of the country.
Anyway, it was
you know what? They were a delight.
They were a delight, and also I thought they had some really good. He had some really profound. I mean, you can tell he's a rapper because the way he says things, it's kind of it's so poetic.
Yeah.
The way he described kind of finding a new life outside of prison. And
Agreed.
Anyway, it was very, very informative. And we got some good tea, and we got their opinions on some of the cast members, if they're going to make it or not. So,
yeah.
And Justine had very strong opinions about
She's
them.
Pretty much me. And all of her, I'm like, nope, they're fucked.
They're not going to make it.
She's like, no, they're not going to make it. Nope.
Do we have any other announcements?
Yes. The announcement thing. I've created the announcement thing that says pod announcements on your phone.
Yeah.
So you could always look at that.
I know, but I thought you would.
Well, I do that so we can share it. But don't worry, I'll handle this. So, y'all, I'm going to be at the Golden Crappies from Watch What Crappens on Friday.
No, you're not. It's already way to fuck this up. It already aired. We're recording.
So I was at the Golden Crappies on Friday, and I had a great time.
That Luke is great.
Luke and I from Summer House hooked up.
You just shamed me for fucking up the announcements, and you just shit the bed.
You know what? I believe that every moment is a reset. Every moment is a reset.
Yes. So hopefully y'all enjoyed, but we do have another announcement that you can say that
season 4 of Love Is Blind has been announced. I believe March 24th. Am I crazy?
March 24th. Nope.
Yeah.
It's March 24th. Yeah.
March 24th. They are filming they have filmed. This is Seattle.
Right. Yeah. Seattle.
So we started in Atlanta, then Chicago, then Dallas, then Seattle. Completely different part of the country. I wonder if they'll be the same assholes.
I bet you LA is next.
Oh God. I think next was I think they are filming season 5 now, and I think someone said that it was because there has to be somewhat normie. You can't find normies here.
You can't.
I think it was Charlotte. People were talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
They should do Buffalo.
No.
Love Is Blind Buffalo.
Just a lot of people eating wings, heavy fried foods.
Minneapolis would
talk
be good.
about
a lot
the
of
Bills.
Diversity. Yeah.
Minneapolis would be good too.
That'd be good. We're excited about Love Is Blind season 4. So just so y'all know, the way we kind of are starting to do this now, when season 3 aired, we put season 1 on our free feed. So when season 4 airs, we will put as a lead up several days before, we will be dropping an episode of Love Is Blind season 3. I think we did one every day.
Season 2.
I'm sorry, season 2. We did one every day to leading up to the season.
Leading up to.
So we're going to just, you know what we're going to call it? We're doing the Love Is Blind edging. We're edging you.
Yeah, we're going to blue ball you. We're going to blue ball you from here to then, and then we're going to edge you. We're going to edge you day by day closer to climax. And then, like any good business lady, then we're going to put the first episode in, and the rest is pay.
But it will be at the $5 tier of Reality Gaze Plus. So, and you also get our class list. So it's a good deal. Good deal.
Everything costs money.
Don't get that one coffee at Blue Bottle or Alfred, and then that's the same thing.
I hate Blue Bottle coffee.
Oh no. Oh no.
They act like they're pouring you liquid gold, and it's not even hot.
It's okay. I don't love it. I do like sometimes if I'm in the mood, they have the coffee with chicory in it.
I just feel like their reverence for their coffee, it's so
a lot.
serious.
It's a
I'm
lot.
like,
It
it's
is a lot.
coffee, boy. It's
I also-
coffee, man.
I think every coffee place too, if you're in a hurry, yes, they could have pour over, but I think every coffee shop should just have at least one coffee that's a drip coffee that they
Thank
have.
you.
If you just need a coffee to just go, and it's not as great as the other one, but sometimes you have 2 minutes to grab a coffee and that's all you got.
And the people in line ahead of you at Blue Bottle are always taking their time.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's
so
true.
if you live somewhere where there's not a Blue Bottle, count yourself lucky.
Give me a Phil's. I love a Phil's.
It's a pour over place if you know what that is. But yeah, I will say the most offensive thing is to me that coffee's not even hot. It's not even hot.
Okay, we've got to move on now.
I'm going to turn on my light. I'll be right back.
All right. I don't think we have any other announcements. No, I think that's it. Love is Blind. I hope you saw Put Out the Crappies. New season of Life After Lockup. Just seen the Michael interview. Check it out. And I think that's it. That we're good on announcements.
That's it. That was very efficient.
Well, sometimes we are, and sometimes, most of the time, we are not.
So do you want to jump in? Jump in.
Jump
on the touch.
Okay. I now understand why Jen's friends were so worried for her. Don't you? I mean, I was worried already, but now I get it.
I really want to read the book of this woman's life.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you that there have been so many men, maybe not that many, but places where she came close to finding, quote, the love of her life, unquote, every single time. And then like she flew to Houston and this guy had been talking to her for, a couple of weeks online, and she met him, or she was going to meet him for the first time. And then she got to Houston and it's just like 3 toddlers on each other's shoulders in a trench coat, or something like that.
Or
that only happens once. That only
happens
fools you once.
Happened to her several times. Or it's a gorgeous man in Houston and she completely self-sabotages it.
Yeah. The thing about it is, I think she's extremely relatable because a lot of people she equivocates everything. She's like, if this, but maybe I'm this and this. So I think Jen, there's a little bit of all of us in Jen.
I can see that.
Where there's a little bit of Jen in all of us, but boy, it's hard making her watch these. It's hard to watch her making these decisions.
It is. Also, I know they normally show these but the transitions were. This was a snake charmer. I was scared to death that cobra. I wouldn't do that. I can't believe they still do that. That's not safe. And then in another one, the woman was just picking up. This woman was just picking up cow shit and putting it on a brick.
That it was the cow dung was pretty interesting. She was just putting it in a patty.
Would you watch a snake charmer?
Yes. I'm not afraid of snakes like you are.
You'd be afraid of a cobra.
I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool.
He just lifted up that thing.
I think he's trained.
Y'all, if you're a snake charmer, don't send me a video of it. I don't want to see snakes. Terrified.
I feel like snake charmer is an antiquated term. I'm sure there's a more there's like
what, like snake professional or
snake professional.
Snake. I've met a few snake professionals.
I've met some snake handlers, very skilled.
Yeah. Yes.
I have somewhere. I have a diploma on my wall that says that.
Yeah.
So, y'all,
every time you walk by it, goes and hisses at you.
We are getting ready to go on a 6-hour taxi ride to Jaipur. I can't believe there wasn't public transportation.
No.
She had to take a.
Did you see all of her luggage? She had a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All I was thinking is, holy motherfucker, that's a 6-hour ride with someone who's a stranger. And she talked the whole time.
Oh, the whole time. Even when he stopped and get gas, he just hoped that she would fall asleep. She didn't.
And the only thing he said was, she's like, am I crazy? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, really? Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Because she's just spiraling. She's spiraled for 6 hours. I would just get earplugs.
Now so we get a little bit of Rishi, and he says, I'm so excited to see her. It's been 2 years. And we see his mom. He did clarify, because last time, because you said, I think if she's pushing a marriage, it has to be an arranged marriage. And I said, we don't know. Probably. But he said, so now it's not clear, because he said in this, his mom is pushing for arranged marriage. And now we don't know if he ever talked to his parents about a love marriage at all.
Yeah.
This is not what he told Jen.
Yeah.
You lie. You just want to fuck me.
I think
That's a Reba song.
he is leaving out lots and lots of detail, anything that's inconvenient for him, because he wants to be her kind of knight, or her white knight.
He does.
And
He doesn't want her to be angering him. He doesn't want to do anything wrong. So
it's like I'm saying, this is the movie version of Sumit and Jenny.
It really is.
It really
is. Yeah, with the pretty people. He really is. He's feeling bad that he had to lie to Mama. And
his morning started with a lie. Y'all, I'll be honest. A lot of people's mornings start with a lie. Like when someone says
I'm
to
gonna
me,
say a lot of your mornings start with a lie.
when someone says, how's your day going? What am I going to say? Kind of wish I didn't have to get up. No, I say, it's great, thanks. Everybody starts their mornings with a lie, y'all. It just depends on how extreme of a lie it is. Anyway, that's today's cynical observation.
Wow.
We're all lying, mostly to ourselves. So he tells his mom. So there are 3 reasons he says he hasn't told his mom about Jen. He basically says, I'm going to go to the gym, which really I'm going to try to go and see my American girlfriend, my American fiance, and try to fuck her. And he's like, I'm going to go to the gym. The reason why is because, number 1, cultural differences, 2, language barrier, and number 3, the age difference. This is the Jenny and Sumit special. We are 3 for 3.
Trifecta, the triangle of sadness.
Triangle.
It is a triangle of sadness.
So anyway, but he says Jen is worth all of this risk that I'm doing right now. So he is still in the taxi, and this is the other thing. I don't think he'd be so conflicted about lying if it wasn't to Mommy.
Yeah.
And I think we've got another mama's boy. You know.
I think we do too.
And
because we're going to find out, I think, that he's been lying to Jen, and that doesn't seem to bother him as much.
Yeah, I think it's interesting with him. He is trying to, and maybe this is just him, he thinks he's a good guy. And I don't know if a ton of stuff has told us that he's really not yet, but he is lying. He is lying by omission in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
By no means is it Sumit level, I was married or I am married.
That we know of.
That's true. Oh my God, can you imagine?
I don't think he's married because his mother keeps pressuring him to get married. Yeah.
So she's there. He's nervous, and they see each other. So there's physical chemistry, y'all. He's into her. He wants to fuck her right there.
The way he kissed her
felt something.
It made my dick move. I went, oh, Rishi.
The snake at the base of my spine just straightened.
Come to me. I will say, he's pretty. Everybody's talked about how hot he is. And I'm like, yeah, he's hot. But I really wasn't. And you seemed to be more into him than me.
Oh, I'm into him.
But when I saw him grab her and kiss her, I went, oh, I'm into this.
Yeah. It's hot. Yeah.
But
So
isn't it? But I will say, and this is jumping, I don't even think we're going to talk about in this episode, but even with Nicole and Mahmoud, but didn't you feel like with both of them, both of these men, I don't mean to make it so, to base it based on this, but I just felt like with both of those men, they're just trying to say whatever they can say to get these women into bed. It felt like that to me. Not that they don't love them, but it felt like to me they both have this like,
they want to
almost
be
like they have a
physical with
kink.
them.
It just felt like they were like, sure, everything else is fine. Everything is fine. Like, let's fuck.
Yeah, but I'd like to say that's not men, but it is. I think you're asking the wrong person if that's normal. Because I'd be doing the
That's
same
fair.
thing. If I hadn't seen my fiance in 2.5 years, first of all, that would never happen because I would have fucked around before then. But and probably would have murdered them before 2.5 years. Yeah, it's not.
I asked the wrong person.
To me.
Yeah, I asked the wrong person. Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
To me, it feels normal to want to be physical and to. But someone like Nicole wants to talk about her problems as soon as she's off the plane.
Nicole really does. Really does.
Anyway, we're going to talk about her. I believe she's on the next show. I think she's on our on the show that's going to air on Monday. So we are. They're both into her. Magic just happened right now. She's like, she loves the apartment, the high ceilings. This is nicer than Jenny and Sumit's apartment, y'all. Their first apartment.
It's gorgeous.
And he puts I heart you in rose petals. And she's like, where'd you get that idea? Every reality show
Every
romantic comedy.
He got it from season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé when he applied for this show.
Anyway, he basically, she's like, I'm definitely still attracted to her. She, and I think it's interesting. All of her, she's a real two-face. She looks different in every single confessional. It's like, however they do, either when she does her makeup well or someone else does her makeup, she looks like a completely different person.
She does.
And she looks really good in India. And she looked terrible in Oklahoma.
Not that I'm going to say Oklahoma doesn't make you look good. Actually, usually I feel like I look better in Oklahoma because I'm just I'm
surrounding you. What's I'm context?
Well, yeah, I'm always fat in Los Angeles because everyone's too emaciated, and then I come to Oklahoma and I'm just normal.
No, you're thin.
Really true.
So he's nervous because remember, Mumsy thinks he's just at the gym and she's got 3 more prospects showing up at the house for an arranged marriage. And Jen's like, why do you keep looking at your watch? So already Jen is making up in her head, does he have some other woman? Is that it? This is.
And she says, my friends, those words that they're putting their doubts in my mind. And I went, no, honey. You were doing that way before. You were doing this before. And that's now, what was her friend Randy? And this is what Randy knew all along, is that she's going to self-sabotage herself, but probably still go through with it anyway.
To prove everyone else wrong.
Yep.
Now, she says, so, I don't want you to spend the night here because I want us to get familiar again. And great sex can cloud your judgment. Not familiar.
Yeah.
And then she says, are you okay? And then she says, are you okay waiting till we're married to have sex? And you could hear every Indian vehicle outside go to a
you could hear you could hear dogs barking, but that's actually my brother dog, the dog that's barking.
Can you put that dog outside?
No, because Xena has allergies and she's allergic a bit to the grass, so she'll start itching too much if we leave her out. She doesn't bark that much.
If a dog has an allergy to grass, she might be a little too frail for her environment.
I'm just saying. Well, it's because my brother, she's an American bulldog, and they got her from a breeder. And I said, "What breeder?" He said, "I think the dog's a little inbred because her tail's kind of crooked." And I said, "Well, what dog or what breeder did you get it from?" He's like, "Well, we got her from your friend Dustin you went to high school with." And I said, "Dustin, who's a professional wrestler?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, I could have told you he's this white man that I went to school with, a very nice guy. He's a professional wrestler and he has all gold teeth."
So the moral of the story here is, y'all, adopt, don't shop.
Adopt,
That's what
don't
reality.
shop.
That's what reality gays. So
That's what we're saying.
Plenty of dogs need homes. Plenty of
Yeah,
dogs need homes.
they
Adopt,
do.
don't shop. Anyway,
Anyway.
or your dog
But-
is going to be allergic to grass.
That's it. He did pretty well though in the wrestling circuit. He got up there.
We need to move on.
Fine.
So, Rishi's like, well, we were fucking before. What's different? And
Y'all, because he wants to fuck.
so why? She's like, well, why buy the milk if you can get the sacred cow for free?
She didn't say sacred cow, but she should have.
But yeah,
She should have.
we are in India.
Yeah.
And
She did say it like she just came up with that expression.
it
and
was
she kinda
like
looked at him like-
Sandy's. It was
Yeah.
like, and he's like, oh, interesting. Never heard it.
She's like, yeah, that's a new one. That's a live one right there.
She winked at him. And y'all, then he, so she says, well, then
Because
she
her
starts
visa,
in.
she has a 4-month visa, y'all. So
Yeah.
she says that's why I want to, which is a long time. That's
And she basically says, can you imagine if Jenny had suggested this to Sumit? Can you imagine how much quickly they would have gotten married?
in a second.
I respect Jen's moxie here. I wouldn't be able to go through with it because you have a man mountain like Rishi standing in front of you.
Oh, y'all, he just like he throws you on the bed and you go, oh, and you kind of land on the pillows and the wind kind of blows your hair, and then he takes off his pants, looks down, and he throws his head up, and his mane of hair falls back on his back of his shoulders, and then he crawls onto bed like
I'm
a
uncomfortable.
lion and about to attack his prey, and then he towers over you and looks down at you, and his hair just kind of frames your face like a
Falls
curtain
on you like a waterfall.
Yes, and you feel like a rocket that's about to open the Carnegie Hall for the first time. Where are we?
We went in a weird place with
Yeah.
Rocket.
Why am I lifting my leg up? I don't understand.
So he basically says, look, I'm going to deal with all this. And she's like, it's going to be, we're going to talk about it. You're going to get to know my parents, and it's going to be a couple months. And she said, and he basically says, you have to get to know my family. And she's like, well, it can't be that long because I got a 4-month visa. And at that point he kisses her again. And it's what I recalled a fuck kiss.
Oh, yeah.
He deep throats her mouth.
Oh, y'all.
And again, I was feeling something.
I am so into Rishi now, y'all, because he is, as my mother says, he is sensuous.
So the next day, he leaves this apartment. You can almost, the TV wasn't helping, but you could almost see his blue balls.
Oh yeah,
just juggling. And the next day,
she's tight.
Yeah, she's not happy with the provisions in the apartment. There's no heat. There's no toilet paper. There's no towels.
Well, there's
Seems
no
that
provision.
He forgot. Yeah,
And he shows up and he says, well, I just didn't know what you need. And to me, the normal response would be, let's go and get your stuff. And before that, he is very insistent to say, now we're going to go do yoga poses. Because this is what I read into this. Because he's saying, because I jacked off for 5 hours straight last night and I just need to touch you.
that's exactly what it is.
That's
exactly what it is.
What it is. instead of taking care of her needs. So they go up to the roof to do this fucking bullshit yoga.
I thought it wasn't bad, but this is what he thought this would be. This is fuck yoga. This is intimacy without actually fucking. That's why I don't believe he hooked up with anybody else. I know
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
But also I'm thinking, what if this woman has to pee? How's she gonna wipe her cooter?
It's true.
Let's get her some toilet paper. I was very worried.
It's true. She's just gonna drip urine all over the place.
Just drip drying everywhere. Hopefully she didn't have to take a shit.
Wow. So
or blow her nose.
She is she's basically she's talking with him. She's like, I know it's a cliche, but you know, you got these rich housewives who are your clients. What are you gonna do? And he's like, I was just really engaged in my work, and I love you. And she's like, well, just so we can say it for the record, you haven't chatted with people that you've hooked up with, right? We have said on our record, we did not believe that he engaged with her friend Randy, who was desperately trying to catfish him.
Desperately. Yeah.
So, and he's like, no, I haven't. And
do you believe him? You believe him, right?
I do. I'm
if
not he's a really good actor.
Yeah, which he should be.
Yeah.
He would do great. I believe him too.
It seems that he's going through a lot of pains to make sure to make this very complicated operation happen.
Especially with meeting his family. I feel like he would not care about it so much if he just wanted to bang her so much.
Yep. I want to be cynical and say he's been banging every Indian housewife, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so.
So basically, Jen says, if I found out you were lying, it'd be worse than hooking up with somebody else. Whenever she says hooking up, it feels like she's 18 years old. There's something about her that's Arrested Development.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I feel there's a part of Jen in all of us, so we can all kind of, but boy, we hate that part.
I think the part you're describing is a lot of us have. I think it takes a lot of work to get past. But when you're dating and just when you're like going into this newness relationship, there's the inside insecure voice that wants to talk.
Yeah.
But with Jen, she can't silence that voice, and it has to come out of her mouth eventually.
Right. So y'all, this is the other thing why I don't think he's lying about this. You can see he says in his confessionals, he is really still he's really torn because he says, I'm lying to my family and I'm lying to Jen, and I feel really conflicted about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's not that good an actor. So they're going to get closed because they're going to meet his family, which is quick.
It is very quick.
And she's going to be a quote friend for now, kind of like how Jenny was a friend. And he's like, so y'all, we're trying to buy an Indian, but not too Indian outfit, something in the middle,
Indian-esque. Indian.
Yeah. And she has met the family really briefly. But that's it. And so these outfits, y'all, both these outfits are 20 years too old for her. That they're trying to try. The yellow one was going to make her look awful.
Terrible color for her.
Yeah. The green, somewhat, but it's like, can't they find something? I know she's 46, but can't they find something that looks 40? Because she is kind of a young acting 46, and her style is a little younger.
Also, too, these dresses all looked so formal.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're saying is trying to find something that's not as formal.
This poor man just standing there wearing dresses all the time.
They're like, doesn't it look good on him? And he's like, I can't wait to get out of here. So then, she basically says, she's like, I just know your parents are gonna think we're in a relationship. Now this may be a little bit of kind of magical thinking on her benefit because she really wants that.
Yes.
But she doesn't get it, and he basically says, so how bad would it be if you introduced me as your fiance? And he's like, well, they might not let me out. They might actually try to block me from leaving the house. He's like, oh, come on. And then he says,
Did you not watch 90 Day Fiance with Jenny and Sumit? Did you come, like, if she did not, she's an idiot, because she should have watched that
That was
season.
a primer.
Do you not remember when his family kidnapped him. And took him away, and Jenny just stood there like a sad chicken on that roof?
They took some out.
What I love about Jen is she does not have a poker face. She's great
Zero.
TV. Because when they bring the dresses and everything, did you see? Like, I feel like Christina could just make a meme of the faces of Jen going,
She does say, he does finally say, well, and they might force me to have an arranged marriage. And that seems to
and instead of
some aspect.
And instead of trying to see, I'm torn. I'm torn on this, because at first I was like, Jen's acting so inappropriate, because she's like, good luck with that. Good luck. And I went, oh, self-sabotaging language. Here we go. Self-sabotage. So I think there's a bit of that, but I do see she was lied to. He told her that they approved of a love marriage. She knew that she wasn't his girlfriend, but so he did have a big lie. So, but I think it's kind of both things.
But it's like she also doesn't understand what he's having to navigate as the kind of, as he says, the key member of my family. Because my mother really wants me to have an arranged marriage with an Indian woman and not a white woman who's 46 years old. And
no, I agree.
So he's trying to navigate this. I don't.
And
think
he's trying to tell her, he's like, I'm not being a bad guy. And she's like, well, you
you're
sounded like an asshole. Yeah, I don't want to meet your family anymore. I'm done. So I do think she is morally right, though, in that if someone, think about it, you just travel that far after 2 years of seeing someone, this whole time they've been telling you, my family's fine with this love marriage, and then someone says, yeah, just kidding, they're not. I would be really pissed. I would be pissed, but there was no curiosity or empathy on why he would lie about that. She just immediately acted like a teenager, like, you're a butthead. I'm going back to fifth period, and don't write me any notes, and then turn your and flip your hair.
There's no real urge to communicate with the other, to meet the other where they are. It's weird because when she was in Oklahoma, she was defending him to everyone, and now it's very different. So
flipped.
Yeah, she basically says, I don't want to meet your family anymore. Let me know when you want to meet your family. Bye. It's a very Kim Bali way of leaving the store.
Yeah.
Whoa. She's like, fun. I don't want to meet your family. Yeah.
And so she asks him to hail a car. He goes out and talks to her, and he's like, and he tries to explain, I want things to be comfortable. And to her, what I get a little bit of a skis vibe about, he really, y'all, he knows he's gorgeous. He knows it. He jacks off in front of a mirror. And so you can tell, because you literally see him turn on his physical charm to manipulate her. And he really does think, I'm with this older woman who just is going to adore me, and I can get whatever I want. I think there is a bit of that.
Yeah.
It's not as deceptive as that, or devious rather, but it is in play. Ooh,
I think
he could get whatever he wanted from me.
I think she's going to wind up cocking this up, though. There's just, I think it's going to be.
If if she relents and he can dick her down, she'll go through with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Should we take a break? Because that was a long
Yes.
segment. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be right back, y'all.
Bum ba da bum. Another 90-day mainstay took place in this episode.
What?
In Gabe and Isabel's segment, we tried a strange, quote unquote, strange new food.
Oh,
that was usually some type of organ meat.
usually, yes. Yes.
Or chicken feet.
And unlike what's his name? He ate the pork.
Larry. And
Larry.
And when Evelyn's sisters made Corey eat the bull testicles.
Yeah.
This is when they mix in Fear Factor with 90 Day Fiancé.
It's true.
They ate, and she took Gabe to eat chunchurrios. Am I saying that right?
I hope Larry and his wife are doing well. What was her name?
Jenny.
I hope.
Yes,
I hope she's still singing karaoke and they're doing well
out in their trailer park. I hope he's still working at McDonald's.
The manager.
Good for him.
You get free food for a month, Poodle.
No, I'd want to get it all my life.
Yeah, that's true. If you continued to fuck Larry, you would always get McDonald's for free.
Ooh. That's the thing. If I would have, especially with that Cheesecake Factory guy I went out with, I would have been, it's not good for you. It's too rich. But so of McDonald's.
Yeah.
I mean, like Supersize Me. Gabe and Isabel, y'all, I'm feeling optimistic, cautiously optimistic about these two.
I am too.
Because I really like Isabel. Because I thought she might be the reason why it would go south. And I'm so worried that Sharp is going to fuck us again.
I like both of them.
And I like her kids.
Gabe lands, he's there. And so he's coming today, and we see Isabel with her kids getting ready. And it's
what did you think about her taking the kids with her to meet him? I gave me a little pause at first.
Didn't to me at all, because they had already been around him a lot.
I guess. You know what I'm thinking of? The way he talked to his either mother or sister about the kids. I think it was the sister. Said they're already grown. They don't need to be they don't need a dad. And
that's true.
So
it's not seen that way, because that little boy ran.
That's not the case. Yeah.
It's not the case, but I didn't mind it because this was one of the most moving meetings.
I teared up.
It was very, very moving.
I was going to say I don't know if I would have done it, just because maybe he's just been over there so much. It's not like they've been apart for that long, but it does seem like, what he was talking about his mom when he came out to his mom, the things that he was worried about she was worried about were that he would be alone and wouldn't have a family. And so maybe that does help the storytelling. I don't know. I just want, to me, I think I would want to see my person at the airport myself, but that's me.
Yeah, I think that might be a you issue, and you not loving children and wanting something all to yourself.
Well, think about this. How often does this happen? People do have children, but rarely do we see them go to the airport. Well, we saw Molly and Luis, but who else have we seen in 90 Day herstory do that?
So that's where there is someone
the airport
else.
Pickup.
There is someone else, and I don't remember who.
Maybe Danielle, but that's because she didn't have childcare.
No, Danielle went there.
Right. No, I'm talking about Danielle.
Oh, Danielle Muhammad. That is who I'm thinking of.
Maybe she had kids. Yeah.
She showed up. Yeah. So and Isabel even says, like, his connection with my son is really good. But even with my daughter, she says kind of what echoed, though, what Gabe said. Like, it's more mature. She'll talk to him about decisions. I took that like what Gabe was talking, that the lights are flickering here. I don't know what's happening.
Someone's getting electrocuted.
Oh, that's morbid. Maybe Gabe thinks, especially that they're adults, but the son isn't that old.
No, he's like 10 or 11. Yeah.
I mean, like that middle child from Anna and Marcel had to be some type of dad to that kid.
The youngest one, Gino.
Where was Marcel from?
Turkey.
I was just. I hope his family's okay.
They posted an update. It seems like I think everyone was okay.
Okay, good. And they just had another earthquake, like on this past week. Oh. Anyway, so we are thinking and sending all of our love and energy. So, okay, so Gabe arrives, and again, he picks her up, he kisses her. The kids all run around, they all hug him. It's moving, and what's moving too is that Gabe says, "My whole life, all I wanted to was to fit in." And Jake and I can relate to this. And he said, my mom said the same thing when I came out. I
brought this up earlier.
Yeah, my mom cried and said, she said, "But you're going to be you would be such a good husband and father," because at the time in the 1990s that wasn't thought of. Now
you wouldn't have a family.
Yeah. And so cut to now, she's basically like, well, now that you're single and gonna die alone, get buried by me. don't get what you're what, son. I've had several sissies come at me and say that their mothers too have come at them and said, listen Clarice, why you want to go live? Just be buried by your mother.
Why do I want to be next to my mother for eternity?
I don't know.
Although, I've said this before. When you're dead, you're dead. You're dead, you're dead.
Dead, you're dead.
When you're dead, you're dead.
When you're dead, you're dead. So, but anyway, so it was like, and here is this family that loves me just for me. That was very, very sweet. Anyway, it's moving.
So they he shows her the name tattoo on his arm and the one that he got off his neck for the other girl, and she's like, that's even better because he basically erased it. And it's good that I hear him speaking Spanish.
Do if you were yeah, he is. What would you do if you were dating a guy and he had another boyfriend's name tattooed on him?
I honestly would not care if that's a part of their life. Yeah.
So
you know what I would say? I would say that was dumb. Don't get my name tattooed on you.
So
I was dumb.
If it's 2 years down the road, y'all are dating for a while, and he's on top of you, just banging you, and the air's starting to, get thin because he's choking you as well.
Yeah, that's normally happening.
And you look, and like on his chest, it says Harry, and you're just seeing Harry over and over and over. What?
But
that wouldn't bother
you. That's his past. Why would?
I'm impressed. I'm just saying, for you, the past is the past. It's the past.
Why would I get mad? Now, what I would say is, why did you think you needed to get that tattoo of his name? What did that mean? I think I would convince him, and then he's like, but now I want to get one of you. I'm like, no, you shouldn't do that either. It wouldn't bother me, especially if it's in the past, or I would say, let's just invite Harry. We'll have a threesome.
There we are. I'm just wild about Harry.
Yeah, go wild about Harry's fucking me too.
Wow.
Anyway, so he's got 94 days to, as he says, propose to her, get the family blessing, and tell them he's trans.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a hell of a matzo ball hanging out there.
That's a lot. Yeah. It's I will. Isabel said, she's like, now that he's here, I hope this is a fairy tale relationship and everything works out. And I went, oh no, Matt Sharp loves it when you says shit like that, y'all. I don't want to get my hopes up.
We're gonna return to a fairy tale relationship with Jeymi in episode 2.
The episode. People had a lot of comments on your Debbie accent.
I'm working on it. I listened to her a lot. I needed to divorce it from her physically so it could really make my ears hear it. I'm still unsure of where she's from. But there is, I of course overdo her lateral lisp a little bit, but that's just part. But it's got a little Carol Channing. Some people said it's got some of my Gary Busey as well.
Someone said Gary Busey. Some people said Caitlyn Jenner.
I definitely was not doing Caitlyn Jenner.
No,
but I could see that. I could see that. It is kind of what I think about Debbie. It's her storytelling. It's everything time feels like you're getting like she's an old crone and she's telling like a witch story.
I think she's one of those people where it's not just the voice for you. I think if you're watching an intimate portrait and you see not Mother Debbie, but Debbie with the wig and
it's the blonde wig that does help.
Well, you do get her facial expressions again because y'all, Jake is going to be this Debbie.
Yeah. It's a beautiful. Again, if I
you're just looking down a hallway.
Older women are fascinating to me. They're much more interesting than men to me, or even younger women. I would consider it an honor to spend the rest of my life portraying women of a certain age. It'd be an honor.
Yeah, that's why we love Darcy. So even though she's not older,
she's not. But no, I'm talking about women in their late 60s and 70s.
By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but Darcy, we had a meme about Darcy. Y'all, if you're not watching Darcy and Stacey, this season is fantastic. It's the best one since season 1. So we did a meme of Darcy and Michelle kind of trying on outfits, and Darcy reposted it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And she's like, love you guys. I'm always Darcy.
I saw it, yeah.
But I said something to her because I responded to her and I said, maybe I'm going to go to a matchmaker like you now. Because I said something like, I always get dickmatized. And she responded, she went, keep going. Eyes on the prize.
That's her. That's her.
I love her.
Anyway, so y'all, we kind of we mentioned this earlier, but they're going to they're exploring the city. They're eating the beef intestine. Yes. And it's fine. She's basically, and this is where it gets interesting. She's worried about him being happy in Colombia, because he misses his sister, his mom, and life. Because he seems to have a little great life where he was
very
before.
Full life, yeah.
And this is he basically.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say. Remember, she also had left her job. They're in a town outside Medellin, and they moved to kind of be, I guess, where they'd be a little more free to. It's less rural, where they'd be a little more free to pursue the life they wanted to.
Well, she also, what I like about their relationship, when it brings up conversations of, so they start talking about. She says like. He brings up like telling the kids that I'm trans. And she said, well, Sarah, my daughter, already knows. She looked on your Instagram with me since day one. And he goes, oh, really? And he kind of, you see the relief. So they need to tell the son about it. But they start talking about telling the parents. And what I love, she keeps saying over and over, she's like, it's your decision. It's your body. Yeah. It's what you want to. And I love that she is not putting any pressure on him either way. She's just, and of course, he's saying no secretos, and she's just saying, "What I'm letting you lead this." And it's again, I'm with you. I'm so hopeful for this relationship because they both seem to be so supportive of one another. And I'm just going, I'm just a ball of nerves in my stomach because I'm like, oh, when's this going to drop?
No, I guess I'm trying to figure out who's gonna spoil it, or like which one of them. Yeah, I keep going back and forth. So, anyway, this is the other thing with her. She said, she's like, I kind of hope that we would just like to play it cool and maybe nobody will notice because it'd be easier than telling her father that. Yeah,
because she said mom will be fine, but my dad it's going to be harder.
And he's the one who's saying, nope, we have to tell everybody it's it's much better there.
Because we should say we saw him like doing his. Not only is he out because y'all. And we're not here. Some people that are trans, there are some people that don't want to come out to everyone. That's fine. Whatever you're comfortable with, do whatever you want to do. If you can.
Right.
But he is not that person. He definitely seems like was an activist in his community in Florida.
Yeah, he was the one person pride parade. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is it's very
important to him
to do this.
Yeah. I know. That's the show, I think.
That's it.
We'll be doing Kris and Jeymi, Nicole and Mahmoud, and Debbie and Osama on our show that'll be released tomorrow.
Whoa. Ooh, Kris and Jeymi. Whoa. It was a good episode. All right, everybody. That's the drill. So, go to realitygaze.com. You can go to our Instagram, Reality Gaze Podcast, our Twitter, Reality Gaze Pod. We're starting to, Caitlin, our social media person, is tweeting more on Twitter, posting there. So if you don't want to watch our memes on TikTok or Instagram, you can watch those now on the Twitter. They are there for now.
On the Twitter and on the
Twit.
On the TikTok and on the Instagram and on the...
and on Poodle's...
on the Rialto.
On Poodle's asshole.
Yes.
All right, everybody. That's the show. Now, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yes. And if you've ever had to save yourself for marriage and love nothing but a good session of fuck yoga,
oh, yes.
you can call us.
Call us.